Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shot and sea. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live, where the world talks radio.
Well, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jet airliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin-yang, come along. Well, we flew through Cincinnati and we all got really happy. Grabbed a bowl of that Skyline chili along the way. Then we rolled on into Canton, scared the hell out of Marilyn Manson, and the party started happening. Hey, hey, hey. And in the middle of a Charleston night,
you got a chance to work the show today on FT8. We're going to make it happen around the world. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live.
And we're coming to your city.
Oh yeah, we are.
We're gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jet airliner.
Or to the ionosphere.
And if you want a little bang in your yin-yang, come along. Well, we broke down in Greenville in the middle of a hayfield, but a Bud Light truck pulled up and helped us out. So we did headed up to Philly, partied down like real hillbillies, brought the music mafia and rocked it out. Oh, and Chippewa's where we go when we're up in Buffalo. Don't you know those Yankees drink enough to drown? Yeah, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jet airliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin-yang, come along, come along.
From around the world, it's Saturday, February 18th, 2023, and if there's anyone to blame for this, it'd be Rodney in Holland for teaching Larry something new, and I'm sure glad that he did. Thanks, Rodney.
Now LA's got the freaks at Pinks and $15 drinks, and San Antonio is a wild, wild rodeo.
And we're going to come to your city today. It's going to be FT8, but you know, it'll work. Trust me. We've made some calls all over the world today with this. And again, to Rodney, thank you. We're coming to your city. And if we don't, we'll try hard. Oh, my goodness gracious.
We'll all be flying higher than a jet airliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin-yang, come along.
You guys want to thank you for coming, because we're coming to your city, and we're trying our hardest to make some good calls today. Somebody hopefully be able to make a good call with you. That's always the goal. And today we're putting an emphasis on making a call to you by FT8. We don't do a whole lot of digital modes here, so today is the day we run some digital modes on the show. Wherever you may be, what do you say? We say, away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry we're late. Very late. Very late. There's an amateur licensee in Holland named Papa Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey. You know him as Rodney here. And Rodney spent a lot of time with me today on the show. I want to dedicate the show to Rodney. It's late. I know we're late. And I'm sorry we're this late. But we are beaming towards the southwest, which is where daylight is going in the world. And you know, this has been an amazing day so far, just having some fun to show you that you can teach an old dog some new tricks. And I've had a ball today doing this, but there was one thing still missing, and that was doing this show. So I'm grateful to come today. We'd like to help you if you'd like to get into amateur radio. This is, you know, there is nothing in this hobby that you get to know everything about. There's just nothing. There's so many things you can do. And you'll find something sometimes that you just didn't think was, you know, as much fun as it was until you got to know it better. And that's what happened to me today. You can do so many things in amateur radio, and it just takes a license that's very obtainable. The best way to get your license is to get a hold of someone close to you that's in a club that can help guide you. Find that club by reaching out to the American Radio Relay League at www.arrl.org. That's arrl.org. Hit the contact us bar. Let them know you want your license. They'll send you an email back. That's the people you contact. get to know, and they'll help you get licensed. And with us here on Amateur Radio, we also have an email here at info@hamradiolive.org. If you have a question or something you'd like to ask, please feel free and reach out to me. Topic question today, what's something in radio you want to be better at? Yeah. I thought, sideband's always my favorite. It will always be my favorite, followed by AM. I like both modulation modes by voice. But today I found a way to work digital in a way that I just had a ball. In fact, I get to the point where I couldn't do anything but sit here at the darn computer and say, wow, that was a lot of fun. We had fun there, and now let's try and get another one. And another one. And another one. I was late on that one. That was really late. And that's how the day went. But it's really cool when you have the right software to go with the FT8 software. We'll talk about that today. We're on WRMI shortwave around the world. 2 shows powered by Icom, and doggone, I'm grateful they do this. CQ Callings on Thursdays. We have Ham Radio News and your HF forecast on that show. Take a look at the areas around the world here, and please feel free and reach out on one of those. We do an EQSL card too for that show. So if you're interested, feel free and just let me know you've received it and what it was about. I'll send you the EQSL card. Tonight in North America, OTH Radio classic hits from the 70s and 80s will be on, and that's tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, 93.95 kilohertz. If you work the show, you get this cool QSL card, including the mileage or kilometers from the WRMI transmitter and a listener number you can use to request songs for our final weekend show of the month, which is kind of cool because that gives you a chance to just request any song from any decade. It just has to be a hit and be a clean song with no profanity and stuff in it, because we have kids that watch the show. So please feel free. If you want to send out that EQSL request, just let me know what you heard. Send it to othrequests@gmail.com, and we'll do our very best to make sure that we send you a pretty cool QSL card. And I'm grateful to do that. I really am. Let's first get to welcomes to say hello, and then we'll get in the meat and potatoes of the doggone show. First one that came in, it's William. That's the 5th time he does it. Yes, Larry keeps track of these weird things. Give him a beep, beep, please. Beep, beep. Hi, William. Good to see you. Alpha Delta 8 India Tango. He's from Holy Toledo, Ohio. Studying hard to be even smarter than he is now, which is very, very brilliant. Sean, second in from the UK, 2 Echo 0, X-Ray Bravo Tango. My gosh, it's very late. I have this clock that's on, really like right here. It's approaching midnight right there in Great Britain. Let's give him a big applause. Wow. Sean, you're up late, man. Thank you for joining the show today. Steve, another UK, Mike 1 Sierra Delta Hotel. Let's give him a big applause too. Man, almost midnight your way. Thanks for joining the show today. From Los Angeles, Rob Q. Thank you for being here, Rob. Always a pleasure, my friend. It's good to see you as always. Josh has made it. November 1, Juliet Bravo. Always a pleasure to see you, as well as Jason. November 5, Victor Hotel Tango. Hank, here we go. Hand pink waving. We're trying to get Larry to say that.
I don't think so.
It's hard for him to do it. My brother Bob, courtesy of WIFI. Hello to you. Andy Bronson from the UK. Mike 7, X-Ray Tango. Hello. James is here as well. Kilo India 5, Oscar Echo Bravo. A lot of folks are here. My goodness. Oh my gosh, a first timer from Cocoa Beach. And that emoji is awesome. What's up? Kilo India 1 Yankee. Cocoa Beach, Florida. Welcome to the show. It's nice to meet you. My name's Larry. Thanks for coming. What a treat. That's cool. That's really cool. Sam joins us as well. Hi, Sam. Kilo Mike 4, Echo Oscar. Always a pleasure. And there's the man that is responsible for this show being this late. No, really he's not. Rodney, thank you sincerely for all you did to work patiently with me and get me through it. It was a treat today. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I mean that. I can't explain this stuff like he can. I can only explain how I used it and what I've done with it. And it's really pretty neat. And I'll show you in just a moment. Hey, another first timer. Hi, Ray. Nice to meet you. My name's Larry. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. Call sign Whiskey 3 Oscar Yankee. That is Ray Meffett. I hope I said that right, Ray. Welcome. I'm Larry. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming today to Ham Radio Live. What a treat. That is awesome. Anders Kyle joins us all the way from Norway. Hey, late here. Man, it is late. It's really, I gotta look now at the darn thing again. Man, it's like midnight your time. Look at that. Almost. It says late here, but I will take a look tomorrow. I went portable today. 46 QSOs. That's 46 QSOs. A lot of fun. Zero noise and can talk well with people, even at an S1, S0 in signal. Nice work, Anders. Congratulations. That's cool. We love to celebrate what you guys accomplished. Pretty darn cool. There is Robert Varner. Hello, Larry and everyone. Just finished making my pizza. That sounds pretty good. Kilo Charlie 2, Tango Echo Lima. Welcome, Robert. Nice to have you. And there's Rodney. What I want to do better at? CW, maybe. Yeah, me too. Kept me out of here for a long time. Thanks, guys, for coming. Sorry so late. Rodney, thank you, and thank you again for all you did. I'm serious. I owe you a lot for that. Thank you. Mark Taylor, Mike 7X X-Ray, starting over. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Mike 7 Echo Sierra Sierra from UK. Nice to have you. Well, Steve said something to do better at working VHF, UHF, FM portable. Recently started and want to get out more and make more QSOs. Thank you, Steve. Nice comment. Yeah, that was really good. John Hummel Newell joins us from Saskatchewan. Victor Echo 5, Juliet Hotel November. Nice to have you. Kilo Juliet 7, Papa Zulu Victor. Hello from Oregon. Yes, big applause. I love my Oregonian men and their friends, and it's cool to have everybody here. It's really nice to have you guys. Oregon's my home, so it's where I was born and raised, and doggone it, where I still am right now.
That's shocking.
I know, it's true, but I am here. And you're welcome. Melodious, thank you for coming. It's truly a treat for me to say hello to you. Thanks for coming. I mean this. I just can't believe I'm this late. Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie Union, November, almost midnight there. Thank you for coming, Andy. Man, late. Ron Walensky, my Northwest buddy from Washington State, November 8, Whiskey Charlie Romeo. Dan Martin from Washougal, Washington, Whiskey 1 Bus, and the coolest call sign ever. I love it.
That's the last straw.
No.
Now I use my secret weapon.
It's a good call sign. I like it, Dan. Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Mike is here. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. Kilo Golf 2, Mike. Mike is a really dear friend. Mike is retired NYPD. He was in the NYPD at 9/11. He was right by the towers when everything happened. Mike, thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your service as well. You're always honored here. Thanks, Mike. Mike is very special to me, so thank you. He said, missed you at Rick Real this morning. I know, and you know what? I forgot it was this morning, so there you go.
The number you have reached is not in service or temporarily disconnected.
That's Larry's life right there. Not in service. Yeah, pretty well. Sorry, Dan. It's not far from me. I could ride a bike there if I needed to. And you said something to do better, setting up FT8 quickly. I'm going to show you this thing Rodney showed me. I can't do better than to say, wow, it just made it come to life for me. Because for me, FT8, it was looking at call signs and going, okay, I don't know that one. There's one I don't know. I don't know that one either. And that's kind of different. Nope, don't know. And it just didn't, there was no appeal. It was like kind of watching grass dry, paint dry or grass grow for me. It wasn't fun. But then when I added what I added, it was like, man, now this is kind of cool because I can pick and choose and find and try and get. Man, it's been a ball. I hope this helps you, Andy. It was fun to learn, really was. And oh my gosh, Ray, I made the correct pronunciation. How about that? Oh man, Larry's okay after all. Thank you so much. And Ray, seriously, it's really nice to have you join us today. Found your show when looking up 3Y0J. Thank you for coming. We talk radio here and try not to make it too stuffy. Try and make it a little bit fun and hopefully a little educational. It's really nice to have you. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I mean that. Josh says, something to do better, tolerate people, LOL.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Melodious Trupp, thanks for your service, Mike. Absolutely. He's a stand-up dude, man, and loves to work Parks on the Air. Mike is really good at Parks on the Air. I hope you win an award this year for that, Mike. I really do. Let me get you into the current news for amateur radio, which is kind of big. Top 5, we know that number 3, Crozet Island, FT8 Whiskey is still on the air from Crozet. He has some limitations though, right? He cannot go below 10 megahertz. That's it. Traffic below 14 megahertz is prohibitive. It seems that 10 megahertz disturbs the measurements on the in the island that they're measuring things at. So that frequency and lower has some impact on it. So you'll catch him on 14 megs and higher, and you can make the calls with him. He's working really hard, but he's only got 3 weeks to do this in. So he's got like to the early part week of March to be able to stay on the air from Crozet. And he's working a lot of digital modes. So folks that like to work FT8, you have a great chance to work FT8 Whiskey wherever you are in the world. It should be a lot of fun. Also, don't forget Eamon Azar, November 9, Sierra Echo Sierra out of Lake Station, Indiana. He's a good listener here and a dear friend. he was in the Jordanian military, and he actually had King Hussein. He met him twice, and he called him his son. And Eamon never forgot the importance and just how moved he was that, His Majesty King Hussein would put his hand on his shoulder and call him his son. It just is a very special thing. So Eamon's way of that memory is to do the special event station every February for JY1. You can find him here on the air, and also there's some other control ops that are in the Middle East as well as in Europe. Find out more right there on the ArabQRZ.com link. If you need to find this, just search JY1 Memorial Special Event and you'll find the information. Also, if you're new to amateur radio and you haven't yet received your call sign, you haven't yet maybe received your call sign, or maybe you are trying to get started here on QRZ, there's a chance you can get a brand new radio free from Gigaparts and QRZ. You just sign up, put the order form in, and if you're new and you're a new licensee, even if you go all the way from 0 to extra, you still can get a free radio from Gigaparts QRZ. Find the information there on QRZ. This is a heck of a deal. I'm really grateful that they're helping new hams to get in the hobby and get their feet underneath them, which is kind of fun. Today's topic question: what's something in radio you want to do better at? Now, for me, I heard all this stuff. No matter what you say, I still believe FT8's the easiest way to get a DXEC.
Shut up!
Yeah. I know the other side. The other side say, no, it's not. No, you still have to work the call. True, absolutely. It's not as hard as working sideband and scanning through frequencies on different meter bands and trying to make calls, right? That you've got to admit, that's much harder to do, and get signal reports and get the confirmation as well. That can be hard to do. But FT8 has such an impact on our hobby. In many ways, it might be the thing that saves our hobby for future generations, because it's actually a ton of fun to do. We're going to talk about that today. We're also going to talk about a way we can help you license up to the Amateur Extra license. This is through HamTest Online, and this software is so good. I went from no license to Amateur Extra with it. Now, I studied hard, but I got the licenses. You can do the same thing. If you're maybe a technician or no licensee, right, but you want to get into amateur radio, this is a great way here in the States you can do so. And if you're outside the States and you're trying to get theory and learn the different radio theory techniques for your license level, the theory is always the same. Just the legal questions are different because they're for the States here. Find them online at www.hamtestonline.com, and they'll help you. If you don't pass the test or you don't like the software, you get 100% money back guarantee. Find them at www.hamtestonline.com. These are amateur extra questions, the biggest level license here in the States. And if you're tech or general, you can get this license. I guarantee you can. We're going to do just a series of a few questions. We'll have 10, and we'll do one called an all-in where everybody can play along and answer for yourself and see if maybe you got the question right the first time. We also do have trivia today, and we have the Angry Hams joining us as well on the show. And we'll make some FT8 calls. All right. Which of the following constitutes a spurious emission? Easiest way to remember the answer to this question is it uses more bandwidth than it needs to. Okay, it's kind of like if you were to use a giant bucket to fill a Pyrex container with, like one of the measuring containers. You take a giant bucket of water and you pour it all over the measuring container to fill it up. It's a huge volume of water. Well, in spurious emissions, you're using much wider bandwidth than you need to be able to convey the same data, whether it be voice or data signals. So you're looking at data. You're looking at the width, the bandwidth. That's the answer you want. That'd be number 3. An emission outside the signal's necessary bandwidth that can be reduced or eliminated without affecting the information transmitted. That's a spurious emission. So that's why you want to keep them down. All right. Next question. What happens when the level of a comparator's input signal crosses the threshold? All right. Think of it this way. When you cross a door threshold, right, you go over the threshold. You walk over it, okay? Same thing. The comparator changes its output state. You're going over, output. You're going out of the house, over the threshold, or out of the hallway into another room, the threshold. Easy way to remember this. The comparator changes its output state. All right, next. What is deviation ratio? Remember maximum and highest. If you can remember maximum and highest, it's the only one that has this answer. The ratio of the maximum carrier frequency deviation, okay, deviation means it can move one way or the other, to the highest audio modulating frequency. That's the answer here. Deviation ratio. Make it go with maximum and high. You'll have it right. Next up. Why are oscillators often used in conjunction with solid-state circuits when switching 120 volts AC? I'll give you the answer here, and then we're going to talk a little about this, right? Oscillators provide a really high degree of electrical isolation between a control circuit and the circuit being switched. This is very important because switching power supplies used to be very RF loud, meaning they were creators of noise on radios. So oscillators are used to try and quiet things down. It made things better for us in amateur radio. So an oscillator, when we do this, you're isolating an area of the power supply between the control circuit and the circuit being switched. The switching part was the part that made loud noise on our receivers. That's what helps make them quiet. Now, your linear power supply still, I love linear, but this is the answer, okay? Which of the following types of linear voltage regulators places a constant load on the unregulated voltage source? Sounds weird, just a second. A little water goes a long ways. This one's a shunt regulator. A shunt regulator, okay? Remember, we're talking about a voltage regulator, right? So on this one, don't go for shunt current source. You're not looking for a current source. This is a regulator. So there's only two. A series regulator, it's not the answer. It's a shunt regulator. You get this question, remember, shunt regulator, and you're going to have it right. All right, and this talks a little bit about linear voltage regulators. Automatically varies the conduction of a control element to regulate its output voltage. There are two main types of linear voltage regulators. A shunt linear voltage regulator places a constant load on the voltage source by using a control element to shunt unneeded power to ground. Advantages include a simple circuit design, and disadvantages include lower power handling capability and inefficiency. A series linear voltage regulator only conducts the amount of current needed by the load. This higher efficiency, along with dropping prices, has made them more popular than shunt regulators in recent years. Then we get to switching voltage regulator. It turns a conducting element on and off thousands of times per second, varying the duty cycle to produce a constant average output voltage. Then it filters the rapidly pulsed DC. See, that's why it would create noise on your receiver. But they've isolated that, so it doesn't do that anymore. Advantages include high efficiency, the ability to step up voltages, and cheap construction, meaning smaller transformer and filter components versus the linear voltage regulator. One disadvantage for ham radio is they can produce some RF noise. If you have a shunt voltage regulator, though, it doesn't do nearly the damage a lot of the older ones did. Next up, how does the performance of a horizontally polarized antenna mounted on the side of a hill compare with the same antenna that's mounted on flat ground? We'll make it an all-in here. All right? Everybody plays along on this one. So you've got a horizontal polarized antenna mounted on the side of a hill. How does it compare with the same antenna mounted on flat ground, okay? A, the main lobe takeoff angle increases in the downhill direction. Okay, so the main lobe of the antenna increases in the downhill direction. Okay, be careful there. B, the horizontal beam width decreases in the downhill direction. C, the horizontal beam width increases in the uphill direction. Or D, the main lobe takeoff angle decreases in the downhill direction. A, B, C, or D. Let me know who gets it right. We'll give them big applause today, and we'll thank you for playing. There's no points on this game. We'll do it later in the trivia. First one up, and bust your guy with all your thumbs up. That's very nice. Thank you. Look at back to back. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Andy New, first in from the UK, Mike 7, Charlie November. The main takeoff angle decreases in the downhill direction. That is 100% right. Andy, well done. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what it does. And this is why this is important. because you want it to go as low on the horizon as you can. You want to clear the hills and stuff that might be around you. If you live in a country that has, mountains or hills, of course you want that. But you want it as low on the horizon as you can because it's going to go farther out on the horizon that way. That's why it's so different to have one on the side of a hill than one mounted on flat ground. Congratulations, Andy New got that. Mike as well in Jacksonville got that one. Andy Cowley, look at you all around. Ishmael's joined us all the way from the beautiful island of Dominica. Hi, Ish. Good to see you again. Wow. Nice to have you, buddy. Hope you're doing well on the island of Dominica, my friend. Ray got that one right. So did Jason and Dan and Rob. You guys around the world got that one right. Congrats. All right. Coming up next. In figure E7-1, what's the purpose of R3? All right, let's look at what R3 is, okay? R3 obviously is a resistor going to ground, right? So the purpose of this is self-bias. It's just self-bias. Simple answer. Don't fall for the output load resistor. That's the one that makes sense, because if you know your schematics by now, you know that's a resistor. This is just self-bias. That's all it is, and that's your answer, okay? Next up, and we're almost done. What's ringing in a filter? Remember, ringing in a filter, and this is more with superhets. Superhets are famous for this when you have a filter that's really tight, really tight, especially on CW signals, right? It would cause ringing, which is oscillations in the circuit. That's what it is. So it's undesired oscillations added to the desired signal. If you remember, ringing is oscillations like, sound waves going up and down. You'll have this one right every time. Next, what must the volunteer examiner team do with the application form if the examinee does not pass the exam? This is simple. They just give the form back to the examinee. You just give it back. So if you don't pass your test, they simply return your application back to you and say, good luck next time. You're going to pass the test next time. And remember, take it another time because you'll pass it. Man, so many people I know didn't pass the first time or the second time, but they kept trying and they got the license. So please, if you don't pass, I know it's disappointing. Trust me, please don't give up. Right? Last question. How does a spread spectrum technique of frequency hopping work? Okay. This is weird because you got to think of a weird word. Think of something like the 70s word pseudo-random, okay? It's the answer with pseudo-random, all right? The frequency of the transmitted, it's C, by the way. The frequency of the transmitted signal is changed very rapidly. And if you can remember the part where the receiving station does the same thing, it makes it simple. The receiving station will do the exact same thing as the transmitting station does. That would be C. The frequency of the transmitted signal is changed very rapidly according to a pseudo-random sequence also used by the transmitting station. It just makes it super easy to do. Just a second. And I appreciate that, guys. Sorry about that. I just had to make a quick change. Just remember, both stations use the same technique. Spread spectrum technique of frequency hopping has to be used by the transmitting station and the receiving station. Do that, and it works every single time. All right, thank you very much to the folks at Hem Test Online for sponsoring our Hem Bites Amateur Extra Question Tests and Answers today. I want to thank them. They have a 100% money-back guarantee if you don't pass your license exam. But again, try again. It's well worth it. Find them online at www.hemtestonline.com. It takes a lot of water there. All right. I'm going to talk briefly. I want to show you why I'm late. First of all, and I want to thank you for your comments. I'm going to get to your comments before we go any further. Ishmael just worked Australia on 10 meters. Even if the band was dead, he heard me 57. I got him 59 on the 4-element Yagi 1011 VK4KA was his call sign. Congratulations, Ishmael. Well done. That's a long ways. Because he's in the Caribbean north of Venezuela, and he's making a call all the way through the Pacific to Australia. And he did it on sideband. Well done. Nice job, Ish. That's really good. Hi, Jerry. Welcome to the show. Good to see you as always, my friend. And I think we're good. Dan says, my gosh, he got all of the correct answers this time. You know, that means you should be an extra, buddy. You'll get it. You'll get it. You'll do it. I know you will. Seriously, just don't quit. That's the main thing. Just please don't quit, because you can certainly do it. Let me see. Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Oscar Mike, need to get over stage fright again and get back into calling CQ. That's a good comment. That's a real thing. And people, that is a real thing. It is, where people get a hold of the microphone and they'll be afraid to call it wrong. You know what? Call it your way. You're just going to call CQ. If you're calling local where you don't have to go DX, just call CQ regularly at your pace and relax. Deep breath, exhale through the mouth, into the nose, out through the mouth a few times. It just takes time and practice, and I know you'll get that. So just hang in there with it. It comes pretty easy over time, but we all practice. That's why we just tell you, just relax and you'll find your own rhythm. It just works well. It really does. CW, here's a good comment. Kilo Juliet 7, Papa Zulu Victor from Oregon. Morse code, the easiest and fastest for DXCC. Once you're good at it, I would agree probably with that. Yep. As long as you can hear the call like that. But I'm going to show you a way today that makes it faster. FT8, no joke. I was blown away. I'm not smart at everything. In fact, I'm very miserable at most, to be fair. I don't think highly of myself to a point where I'm really smart. But I was told something today and taught it, and it made me go, wow, this makes it now work for me, and maybe it'll work for you too. So let's get to that segment. I'll share first my first initial impressions after using it, and I'll explain everything and how it works live just after we finish this. And by the way, beaming southwest, however, working a lot of signals off the back of the beam today. Here's a little segment that's dedicated to Rodney in Holland. Pop Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey. Rodney, thank you so much for your help today. Hi, my friends. I want to talk to you about a program that Rodney, Pop Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey, had connected me with today that was like, wow, I've never seen this program. And, you know, I'm not embarrassed to say what I don't know here on the channel because I'm learning just like all of you do too. He talked to me about a program that's called Grid Tracker. And I was really impressed with the power of this program to combine with FT8. All right. So when you use Grid Tracker, what's nice about it is it's very powerful. The suite's very, very powerful. It helps you know exactly who's on the bands, where they're from. It'll even give you distances. It's just phenomenal. And then once you're done making the call, for example, my last call was to the Azores, which I was really excited. And there is Eamon calling me. And so we need to make a call with Eamon now. So I just realized Eamon is calling Larry. So Larry is going to hopefully be able to say, okay, generate standard messages and pick up Eamon here. So we'll see if we can do that to Eamon, because I know he really wants to make the call with me, which I'm very impressed about. So you're seeing Eamon and Larry work a call right here, which was totally not expected whatsoever. Yeah, so we'll make the call with Eamon, and it's really cool that it allows you to do this. And what's really neat about this is when you use Grid Tracker, you can go right to the person's QRZ page, figure some stuff out about them if that's what you want to do. Or, if you don't, you just, X out, and then it gives you this incredible amount of information here, right? Like where people are in the world and all that stuff. That's kind of cool, right? But then when you're done, like for example, you go through the standard messages over here, all you do is you come up here and it's set up through Grid Tracker that it will automatically update your QRZ log. So I hit OK. And then if we go over here to QRZ, we'll just kind of come down here on the bottom and I'll just re-update my log. And Eamon's call will be right at the top. There it is. That's Eamon's call from Indiana. And I am stunned at the superior power of this. What this does for FT8 is actually makes it kind of fun because you can see people where they're at, where they're transmitting to, and you just get to make a call like you never knew you could. And if someone's trying to call you, your name pops up in blue. Rodney, thank you. If you've never used this like I never had before, it's pretty easy to do. And it's just a matter of going through the steps. And I've asked Rodney I've got to stop it right there because I don't want to get Rodney in trouble. I asked Rodney if he would put a YouTube video together showing exactly how to do this. And Rodney says, you know what, Larry, there's so many on there already. I'm going to ask Rodney, just he sent me a couple of links from YouTube, and I'm not good at teaching this because it's new to me. I don't know, but I can tell you this: when I look at my computer and I see things like this, okay, take a look at the countries that are here. This is why I think this is clearly the easiest way to get a DXCC, clearly the easiest way to work all continents and all that. I mean, there's no question. The power of this program is so good. I mean, I'll show you my logbook real quick, and I'm not bragging. Trust me, I'm not as good as most people are at amateur radio. I wish I was, but I'm not. I don't have the time for it. But this is just today, and it starts here, and it ends FT8 right here. So from Kilo Romeo 0 Papa, we've got the Azores, Haiti, U.S., Norway, Fiji, Cuba, Sweden, South Korea, Belize, Japan, Asiatic Russia, Australia, and China. And right now, I'm trying to see if I can get Vietnam. That's what I'm working on next, is Vietnam. So this is a program called Grid Tracker, and it's so powerful. Not only, pardon me, excuse me, that came out of nowhere. Not only does it help you with being able to kind of visualize where everybody is and if they're calling CQ or not, which is really good. It also allows you to see a map, so you can map out everything and see where your call's going and what's going on, and if they heard you, if you're being heard someplace. It's phenomenally powerful. I'll show you real quick the little bit that I know about this from what Rodney's shown me. If you could select that the spots would be up, these are people who spot your signal and hear it. Okay, and what the number is, what it's minus or -4, whatever. So you see the numbers here where people are hearing me, and these are all over the world. I mean, not just here in the States. It's in Japan. It's in different places all over the world. So it's a very powerful tool to know that your antenna is working the right way. All right. So by the way, you can tell 10 meters, 28.074. Try and make the call. We'll see if we can make that work. That'd be fun. But it is so simple to do this. It really is. And I believe this is something so good that helps you very much. I think this is something that is very, very good for people who want. And here it is, Rodney. Say the secret and get $100 your way. It's good. It's really good. I'll have a link, guys. I will. And Dan said, I'm hoping you would find Grid Tracker. You know what? I am stunned. And it's a really good thing to show people that us guys on YouTube, we don't know I'm not saying that people aren't smart, but there's nobody on YouTube that knows everything. It's impossible to do that. This is too vast of a hobby to know that. But you know what? What's cool is that this just changed my whole feeling about working digital modes. Now it's fun because I can see the countries I'm working. I can see where I want to work. I get a good idea where I want to get it. And if I'm being heard anywhere nearby, it is such a powerful tool. I think Grid Tracker probably makes FT8 just as big as like a radio teletype decoder does, because you can see all the stuff they're sending. Here, you get an idea of exactly where they're at because the power of Grid Tracker is so good to not only give you your information about the continent and give you your signal report there, if you're being heard, your pings around you and stuff. And it's almost like it's got some of the best stuff of whisper mode and FT8 put together with the ability to show you on maps and stuff how you're doing. I just loved it. Rodney, again, thank you sincerely. This was a treat. I mean, I did a YouTube show with Steve, temporarily offline, and it was a disaster for me. It was a day where most of you know my brother's very sick. He has cancer, and he's also he has. Well, I'll just say that my brother has some issues sometimes remembering things. That's the best way I can put that. And it can be very difficult taking care of someone like that when you're not skilled at it, right? My brother has a heart of gold and he loves everybody. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. It's just he doesn't remember stuff all the time. And it's like sometimes it's very hard for me to go on YouTube or do something because I've been so long with him, helping him get through his day. That was the worst show I've ever done. It was by far. When Steve taught me FT8, I hated it because I was so, you ever work really hard at something, helping someone else out, right? And no matter how much you help, it's not making a difference. And then you go on YouTube and you do something with somebody where you're expected to learn something you don't know how to do. That's what happened that day to me. It was awful. But getting through it with Rodney today was simple, it really was. And I'll make sure there'll be 2 links in the description below that'll link you directly how to do Grid Tracker and how to set up. One thing I will tell you need, this is very important, is make sure to get your ADIF settings. Now, something that's really important, sorry, ADIF, I meant API. Okay, let me get you really quick to my screen. Okay, if you go to QRZ, go to your log. So you're going to click log, go to logbook, right? All right. Then once you're there, there's a place here for settings. Click settings, and then you're going to find your API key. I can't show you on the screen, but your API key is unique to you. You're going to need this to make Grid Tracker work perfectly. And what's beautiful about this is when you hook it all up, it will log your call. It will confirm if the person's confirmed. It will get all the information in about the signal reports. All of it's there. It's all automatic. It's so phenomenally hard. It's a great program. So Rodney and Holland, thank you again for making my day special. And thank you for teaching something to me that I had no idea how it worked. Thank you very, very much. Just goes to show we can all learn something and just have a good time with it. So I will have the links below. InfoDog, welcome, a good friend and a nice person too. InfoDog, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining the show. Dan says, I will, but I don't think I would even try without Grid Tracker. Yeah. And this is Dan's word on it too. Grid Tracker is great to show folks ham radio. This is probably the mode, the single mode that's going to help save our hobby for younger generations because they're used to this. This is like text messaging on steroids. It really is, because you can see all the information you want and work it. And then you get to see it on a map. Wow. Just blew my mind completely. It really does. Jerry says kind of takes the hunt fun out of DXCC or worked all zones. I agree. Look, I'm a sideband guy. You know that. I like to work voice. My favorite thing to do. There's nothing harder than trying to parse out a weak signal between 2 strong ones and make the call. It's harder than heck. But at least now digital modes looks real to me. It looks fun because I can say, oh, I've never worked Vietnam. Let's try that. And if you do, you do. And if you don't, you don't. By the way, we're on 10 meters right now. So if you'd like to try and work me, I am, wrong screen. There we go. I am on 10 meters. And I'm not calling anybody. I'm just leaving it alone. So if you'd like to make a call, I'll take a look at the screen briefly and we'll try and keep up with you during the show. Okay. Jerry, nice comment. And I agree with you. Yeah, I do. It is what it is. I mean, if you don't believe it's hard to do, it's hard to do Morse code. It's more difficult to do sideband QSOs for sure than it is to do this, but this makes it fun for me at least. So that's mine. Yeah. Ray says, learning CW is a DXCC ticket for me. I'm 172 confirmed. Holy cow. Was licensed only in 2020. Ray, that's fantastic. Seriously. Wow. He says, still have Crozet, Beauvais, Vanuatu, and a few others I'm waiting for confirmation back from. Wow.
That's shocking.
I know. That's amazing. Congratulations, Ray. That's great. Guy that gets licensed in 2020, 172 confirmed. That's phenomenal work, Ray. Congratulations. What a treat to meet you today. Thank you very much. Elmo, should you broadcast CQ calling on medium wave or FM? FM would be fun for the fidelity, no question, for the music show. CQ calling more difficult because it's just a talk show. So, that's AM's wheelhouse. It's a good question. Elmo, good question. He's asking about CQ calling, which is on WRMI. If we were to put that onto FM, I think the AM mode is perfect for it. Yeah. As for OTH radio, it would excel on FM, no question. But shortwave is still okay, and I'm grateful to have the show. Thank you, Elmo. Appreciate it, man. Andy Newsom, I remember that show, Larry. You did okay as a oh, man, it was a train wreck. I did so bad. Oh, I just don't even want to go there. And Dan, thank you for helping Larry Rodney. It's been so hard to watch him struggle. I'm so happy he's here now. Thank you again. Bless your heart. Thank you, Dan. It's nice to say. Nice of you to say. Let me just take a quick look, eyeball, and see what the screen shows, because I don't want to miss somebody, because I think if I miss somebody, I'm messing this up, because I'm trying to say, hey, work the show on FT8 if you want to. So I'm just seeing if anybody has pinged me, and there's no one yet. So if you want to, please feel free and do it. I did get, I got Vietnam too. This thing is so doggone fun. Oh, jeez. I love this thing. I want to take it home with me. I think I will. No, this is a lot of fun. So if you want to ping the show, please feel free. I'm on 10 meters, and I'd love to be able to make a call with you. It's just a matter of I'm kind of learning how the thing all works. But this is from the northwest, and the antenna is pointed this direction. So we are pointing towards the South Seas. So, places like, the Philippines and Indonesia and South Korea and all that are going to come our way. But, off the back of the beam, we're still being heard. Let's take a look. Here in Texas, here in Ohio, -12. Here's -6 in Texas. So there are places that are definitely hearing it. And if you would like to try and make the quick call into the show, we'll be happy to try and say hello to you on it too. All right. But I got to tell you what happened. The last show got knocked off the air. Yes, YouTube, the censors got us on it, because I said thank you to somebody that watches the show all the way from England. And I will be doggone if they'll let me remove this thing. I'm going to say thank you, and I'll do it the right way on a song they won't copyright me on. So let's do this one for him. We're going to thank Gordon McGregor. He's all the way in Ayrshire, Scotland. Gordon, thank you, buddy.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you.
Gordon's call sign, Mike 3, Golf Quebec Tango. We're playing the Proclaimers because they are a Scottish band. We tried to play AC/DC. No! That went great, so we're playing one I know we'll get through. Gordon McGregor from Scotland, let's look at your world. What I love what he says here is it rings true with a lot of us. He's made few long-term friendships which started on 11 meters. That's Citizens Band Gang. That's a lot of us too. And that's why I don't ever put down CB. It's part of our heritage. And so when you hear the bit coming up with a little bit of CW poking here, it's not meant to make fun. It's just to have fun, okay? Got his first receiver, spring of '86. It was a realistic DX200. He got a Yaesu 7700, and then he went 2 meters, and on he went. Let's take a look at Gordon's world where he lives, and we'll zoom away from his QTH in Scotland. Here you go. Now, if you were in his area, walking around, driving around, this is what it would look like to be where Gordon's from. Let's take a look at Scotland from Gordon's eyes, okay?
When I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you.
All of these photos are from where he's from in Scotland.
I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk 500 miles an hour.
Mike 3, Golf Quebec Tango. Gordon McGregor. That's as good as a Scottish accent you love to get out of Larry. From Cumnock, Ayrshire, Scotland. Man, I am so grateful you watch this show. I am honored. Seriously. Gordon, thank you for being a part of Ham Radio Live, mate. Seriously. Thanks, buddy. That's so cool. Man, that's my favorite part of the show. Just to say thank you to somebody around the world who watches, because I know you got lots of stuff you can do, a life of your own, and you watch this show. Thank you. It's very humbling to me, to be quite honest with you. Our topic question today is pretty simple. Something you'd like to get better at. I wanted to get better at FT8. I just couldn't get the idea of it all. I was like, okay, I get it. You can work below the noise floor, and it goes a long ways, but I don't want to look at a screen that just shows me call signs. I don't get it. I don't know most of these call signs. I know the US ones, but the rest don't make any sense. And then when he shows me Grid Tracker today, my eyes were wide open. Like, oh man, I like this because I can work places. And all of a sudden, I'd worked like 8 places. I had never worked on sideband before. Rodney, again, thank you for taking the time. Pump Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey. Let's look upstairs, the Angry Hams. We'll see how they feel about the show. And trivia coming up next.
Okay, partner. I want to see you dance. Whoa. Now dance. 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 That's beautiful. You think I can dance like that?
Well, of course.
Oh, my foot. Oh.
Now, this is a tough question. I got it wrong. I'm interested to see how you guys do on it, all right? First question. Which U.S. call sign district is the smallest in land mass? Smallest one. Is it A, district number 1, B, district 2, C, district 3, or D, none of them? All right? A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, just like normal. D is nothing. Let's take a look real quick. Remember, 1, 2, and 3. Of those 3, is there one that's smaller than the other? Let us know. A, B, C, or D. Don't pick D. If you're first, you'll get some, let's give first place, let's give them some claps today. And 5 points. The world's currently ahead by 10, 45 to 35. So which is the smallest? Hi to Kevin from Iowa, Kilo Zero Kilo Lima Bravo joined the show. Kev has a wonderful YouTube channel where he tries everything to make antennas out of even water, and it worked. Kevin, thank you for joining today. Dan Ridge, welcome. It's good to see you. Larry, I finally caught the live stream. First time I made it live. Love the show. Kilo Juliet 7, Quebec Bravo Yankee. Man, you made my day. Thank you, Dan. Is that nice? Man, Dan, thank you. It's nice to meet you. It's great to meet you. Thank you for coming today. Man, I'm very grateful. All right, which one is smaller? 1, 2, or 3? Yeah. And Sam said, he says, Gramps sent me. Never know. And Mike, thanks for the link. Yeah, gridtracker.org. It's a great site. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful for that. Aaron Lutz, welcome, my friend. Victor Echo 5, Echo Mike Lima in Saskatchewan. Always a pleasure. Good to see you, man. Gosh darn, you've been through so much. Oh, that poor guy. Love him to pieces. Thank you, Aaron, for coming from Hendon, Saskatchewan. Dan says CW after extra. That's his goals. That's pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. Adesh joins us from Trinidad. You are here. We are so grateful. Thank you for coming, Adesh. Shortwave buddy of mine. That's nice to see you. Thank you. All right, so what do you think? Dying, Larry. Trying to contact you, Larry. Hang on a second. We'll take another brief look. Hold on. Nope, not yet. I'm looking at the screen. I know that part, and I'm not seeing it. It's just not hitting me on my end. So sorry about that. Yeah, it's just not working on my side. But certainly keep trying, and we will do our best to try and make it work here with you. 10 meters on FT8, right? So let's see if we can make a call together on the show. We're pointed southwest because, people that are in the southwest, like Mohammed that lives in Borneo. This gives him a chance to work. Folks in New Zealand and Australia that watch the show. It's their chance. So thank you for that. And Dan's calling on 10 at 838. We'll see if it works. Dale, thank you for joining. Good to see you. And Hamry Live. Next, PSK reporter. Mike in Jacksonville wants to get better at Morse code. And you know what? That's nothing wrong with that, man. Totally get it. I still do. I want to learn it so bad. I do. Gosh. Andy Kelly, 2 Echo 0, Romeo Echo Echo. First one in with C. C would be District 3. And that's what I said too. And that's why I highlighted it. I still say 3 is smaller than 2, but nope, they say 3 is bigger than 2 because of the landmass. So let's see. I know somebody got 3. Eamon, of course he did. November 9, Sierra Echo Sierra. And Eamon's the one that's doing the King Hussein JY1 Memorial event right now through the end of the month. And Eamon, I'm honored we got the call today. We did it, buddy, in FT8. That was fun. Thank you. It was a big surprise, too. It really was. Eamon got it right. So it's now 45 to 40. Andy New just eked out on that one. He got beat. Aaron Lutz had A. Jerry had 1, and Dash, bless his heart, had F. No! Very good. All right, guys, let's get to the next. Oh, Kill, good to see you all the way from Norway. Thank you for coming, Kill. Dash got right as well. Dan Ridge, what he'd like to do here in 2023, so I want to get better at DX sideband. Made my furthest QSO last week, Washington State to Hawaii with a hamstick dipole and a 991A. Jeez, that's nice. 100 watts on a hamstick dipole. That's amazing. Dan, that's great. Congratulations, man. That's a good call. That is a good call. That's really good, Dan. Thank you for coming and joining us. That's a very, very good call. Great Lakes Alliance, that's Rob. Welcome to the show, Rob. Good to see you. He's just made a contact with a 15-year-old in El Salvador on 14.260. Very good. Just make the call with a kid. That's so big. And, for them, they get the chance to work different states or different places around the world. It's so, so cool. It really is. So, yeah, I think it's really good, guys. So please, feel free, keep them coming. And I'm working really hard to just keep track of all of you that maybe I can hear on FT8. Here I tell you before, right? Oh, hey, I'm hearing off the back of the beam, and then nothing on the back of the beam comes in, of course. So sorry about that. I think we are ready. By the way, Country Strong and Free has joined the show as well. Welcome, Country. Good to see you. All right, question 2. North America is down by 5. Here's the question. Of the following choices, what phrase is commonly used to conclude a voice QSO with another ham? Yes, other things might be said, but choose among the following for the best answer. Do you have an idea where I'm going with this yet? Is it A, over and out?
Breaker 19, this here's a rubber duck. You got a copy on me, Big Ben? Come on.
I am not making fun of CB.
I don't think so.
Big Ben, for sure. By golly, it's clean.
B, 73, C, closed, or D, CQ. A, B, C, or D. The person who gets it right gets big applause. And more important, the song stops. Oh my gosh. First one, Andy knew. C with closed. Oh, Andy, you're close. Andy Kelly. I like the song. I do. It's no joke, but we gotta get on with business here. 2 Echo 0 Romeo Echo Echo answers B, 73. That's worth some big applause, and you got it right. Well done, Andy. At 73. That was a gimme, right? Over and out. Yep. Okay. A Menazer all with B. Andy got B. Jerry with B. Let's see. Nothing got accomplished today. North America is still down by 10. That's just the way it might end this month. Y'all got it right, by the way. And it's like, yeah, I'm not making fun of it. Oh, Bill, Mike Maestro, Kilo Delta 8, Quebec Delta Lima. Welcome to the show, man. It's really nice to meet you. My name is Larry. I host this weirdo YouTube show. And I'll be here for a while. You can check with Eamon. I do check spots. I'm just looking. I'll get you to the screen. So we'll just get you a quick picture of it, and I'll let you know what I'm seeing. Okay. Again, this is because Rodney in Holland showed me grid tracker today, and I was so doggone impressed and grateful to have been able to make the call with him. Again, I thank you for making FG8 come to life for me, buddy, because I just absolutely love this thing. I probably will do my best to try and keep doing this for most of the day, and we'll see how well we do with that. So anyway, if someone's called North America, we'll just say hello to them. But what's cool about this is that if you use it, you click, for example, all right, let's say, for example, I want to work Indonesia here on this call. I would click on the left side right here. I just click right there. And then everything over here, just so you get a little bit of an idea, fills in automatically, okay? You don't have to do anything. It just puts the call in right there, substitutes the call, puts them right in there in order on the messages. So the generate standard message piece goes right on like it's supposed to. Everything just automatically does it. And then when it's all finished, it completely logs itself right into your QRZ, or your logbook of the world, or your OQRS. It's just phenomenal. Wow. Grid tracker. Very, very grateful for that. So thank you. Yeah. So God, and his eyes were uncovered. Yes, on February 18th, Larry's eyes were uncovered for sure. Guys, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I couldn't not come today. I couldn't. It was too important. I mean, I appreciate it. And this was last week's show. Sorry about that. I can't do that again. Rodney, thank you. He says, you're more than welcome, buddy. Thank you for helping me out. That was very nice. We just took our time and we just worked our way through. And Rob, thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming today all the way from Michigan. Folks, if you would like to get amateur radio, this is the best thing, one of the coolest things you've ever done, because no matter how much you know, there's so much you don't, like I learned today. Contact the Radio Society of Great Britain, a really good group of people at www.rsgb.org.uk. They will help you find a local to you amateur radio club who will get you licensed and on the air. www.rsgb.org.uk. Guys, this has been a ball. My hope tomorrow is come back and point the antenna towards the States and let you all have fun, because we'll do that tomorrow. And I don't think we'll have all the elements to the show because it just takes too long to do that. But I will come and just let's try and see if we make calls together. That'd be an awful lot of fun, wouldn't it? We'll try and make that work. Let's go to the Southwest. And, oh, wait, we got to answer today's question, which is really good. It's really good. Rodney says, by the way, when you're doing the show and want to see if they're calling you, fill your call in the only section. Yes, thank you, Rodney. Yes. Hang on. Just hold on. Thank you, Rodney. Appreciate that. I don't have people trying to call me typically, so there you go. But I make sure if you have called me, stick around on 10 meters, and I will make sure to return your call. When you talk with there we go. Only where your call sign is. Give me a second, because I don't want to miss it. I've been scanning up and down, trying to do this without too much time being not on the screen. So, all right. So only, there we go. And we got it. And currently the screen shows not a thing, which is good. We didn't miss anything. I was worried. I didn't want to make a mistake and miss your call. So that to me was very important. I'll show you real quick. So this is the way the screen looks, where we've got only my call and there's not been anything received at this point yet. All right, folks, we'll hope to see you tomorrow. We'll try and work FG8 towards the States and a little bit up towards the folks in Europe, and then go to side bet and just plan the radio. We're just going to plan the doggone radio and have fun. My name's Larry. My call sign, amateur radio, is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'll be playing with FG8 maybe another hour, and then I'm going to go make dinner for my family, wherever you may be. God bless you. You know what? This is just amateur radio. We just have fun, and I'm grateful I have fun with you. I could not have not come today because I got a chance to have a day to myself, and I don't remember the last time that happened. So let's go to a warm and sunny and beautiful place for the TV sign off. I don't have a chicken man at the end, but I do have a beautiful place to show you. The islands of Hawaii. Until we meet again, Kilo 7 Hotel November will be QRT. Goodbye, everybody.
This concludes another day of broadcasting from Hawaii's very own KHNL Channel 13, a division of King Broadcasting Company. The studios and offices for KHNL are located at 150B Pu'uhale Road in Honolulu. The transmitter is located atop the Hilton Hawaiian Village Hotel in Honolulu. KHNL programming may be viewed in Hilo on KHBC TV Channel 2, in Wailuku on KOGG Channel 15, and on Kauai by tuning to UHF translator station K65BV. Thank you for watching. Aloha and good night.